The Engwe L16. Hello everyone, welcome to Brian Unboxed. In this video, we're going to look at the Engwe L16 electric bike. Here's a look at how the bike comes in when it's delivered. It's packaged well with a lot of foam and cardboard protecting it. Assembly is required and the user guide walks you through the process along with some videos from the company. Inside it comes with the charger, user guide, tools, pedals, and fenders. Now here's the bike fully assembled. This is the dual battery version. And also I have the front basket and then the rear basket accessory. The rear basket comes with the dual battery version for free. There's a bunch of other accessories like the rear passenger that you can check out on the website. So basically assembling it, you have to attach the handlebars, attach the front light, the front fender, and then the front wheel. And then the rear, you have to install the rear battery, which involves installing the plate and then installing the wires and hooking up to the controller. If you went with the cargo accessories, you have to put the rear cargo together. There's a bunch of screws and mounting plates. Then you have to install the pedals, install the seat, and then charge it up, and you're pretty much good to go. Going over some specs, this comes in two colors, black and champagne. It also comes in a single battery and a dual battery configuration. We'll be looking at the dual battery. It has a steel frame, 750 watt rear hub motor, 1500 watt peak power with 75 Newton meters of torque, 48 volt 20 amp hour lithium battery, and the secondary battery is a 48 volt 23 amp hour lithium battery. 150 mile range, 28 mile per hour top speed, 16 by 4 inch fat tires, 5 pedal assist levels and a twist throttle, Shimano 7-speed, LCD display, hydraulic disc brakes, front and rear lights and fenders. It weighs in at 100 pounds and has a max load of 264 pounds. I walked around the bike. You can see that the front, you have the front basket. Again, this is an accessory. And then you have the front suspensions, the front light, the front fender, the hydraulic disc brakes. Towards the middle, you have the battery keyhole, the battery. And then the rear, you have the second battery. This is the dual version. And then you have the rear fender, hydraulic disc brakes, you have the kickstand, and then you have the free rear cargo basket that comes with the dual battery versions. And then looking at the other side, you have the brake light in the rear. You have the 750 watt rear motor, which peaks out at 1500 watts. Looking at the handlebar area, you have your brake levers on each side. You have the controls on the left side. You have a nice large display. You have the gear shifter and then also the twist throttle on the right side. So powering up the bike, just make sure the switch is on the on position here by the battery. And then once that's in the on position, go ahead and press the power button on the left side. You can see the display powers up very fast. Nice bright colored display. Pressing the plus button will increase the pedal assist. There's 5 levels. So it has the Eco, Normal, and Sport as you cycle through, and then pressing the minus will decrease it. And then you have an I button here, so if you press that, it will cycle through odometer, the time, your max speed, average speed, power, trip, just a bunch of information settings. The left side, again, you have the button here for the light, so pressing that will activate the front light. See the nice bright front light. And then you have the rear light with the reactive brake. So you can also unlock the speed, again, depending on your local city ordinances and laws. You can unlock the speed here. So basically you want to hold down the brake lever and then engage the twist throttle and then turn the bike on by pressing the power button. Hold it for about 10 seconds and then the display will have 99 appear, and that will tell you that it's been unlocked. So just an overview of the dual battery version. You have the battery here in the front and then you got one in the rear. Basically, once you have this installed, there's a good video that the company provided. Once you have this installed, there is a power button right here. So make sure that's green, so that will allow it to use that secondary battery. And again, you also have a power button on the other side here for the primary battery. So all in all, with both batteries, it's going to give you 150 miles. The primary battery, roughly 70 miles, and then the secondary battery, 80 miles. As mentioned earlier, there are several accessories available for this. So this has the front basket along with the rear basket. Once you have the rear basket put together, it does come with a cargo net. So this will hold your belongings into place. It also has a rear passenger kit that you can purchase. So this is excellent if you want to make those short trips and runs to the market, do some light errands, and you definitely have a lot of space to put all your belongings. So here's a look at the rear cargo. It does come with the cargo net as mentioned. So I have a cooler here. You can see it, plenty of room for this large cooler. And again, you can use this if you want to do a little bit of grocery shopping, run errands, go out for a picnic. You can carry all the supplies, your cooler, or whatever you need for your picnic. So I'm just gonna take it back and forth here and then into the grass. Let's see how it handles with the cargo on board. All right, a little bit of a hill here. So plenty of power. Handling this terrain with ease. This pedal here. I have it on pedal assist 2. I'll move it to 3. So no problems at all. And the cargo net is keeping the cooler in place. Now I'll show some footage of the bike in use. I'll test it out on rough terrain, show the different pedal assist levels, throttle, test the brakes, see how it does uphill, downhill, and then give my thoughts. Now for the rough terrain test, I'm going to take it down this trail and into the park. It's pretty bumpy, and also there's a bridge which is very bumpy. So let's see how it does. The bike does have the front suspensions and it has the fat tires. All right, here we go, rough terrain test. All right, I can see the suspensions going to work. As you can see, this trail is pretty bumpy. And we are testing it with some payload in the back. I have the cooler. All right, handling the bumps with ease. Onto the bridge here. All right, nice and steady. That bridge is pretty bumpy with those wood planks, and it handled that with no problem. Just gonna take into the grass here. Bit of an incline, going uphill. All right. So able to handle the smooth surface, the rough surface, and then these inclines here with no problem. All right, now onto the speed test. The bike has the pedal assist along with the twist throttle. I'll start off with the pedal assist. It has 5 levels. We'll cycle through each level, and then after that, we'll do the twist throttle. All right, here we go. Pedal assist 1, speed test. All right, picking up speed here. We're at 9 miles per hour, 10. Gonna go to mode 2 now. About 20. Mode 3, some more speed. Looks like 22. Go to mode 4. 25, 26, 27. So topping off at about 26 to 27 with the pedal assist. All right, now we'll just use the twist throttle. Let's see how fast it can go. All right, here we go, speed test with the twist throttle. All right, we have a nice gradual acceleration there, very smooth. Motor is a little bit noisy, but it levels off once we reach the top speed here. So we're at 23 miles per hour right now, 25, 27, 28. So topping off at 28 miles per hour. Now I'm going to do the brake test. I'm going to take it up to speed, and then once I come into view, I'm going to hit the brakes, and then you can use the parking lines for reference. I also have the cooler here for a little bit of weight and payload capacity, so let's see how it handles. All right, so very strong there. It has the front and rear hydraulic brakes. There was good grab, and we came to a complete stop in a very short distance. So excellent brakes. Now for the uphill test. We saw with the speed test, we reached roughly 27, 28 miles per hour with the twist throttle. So let's see how it does uphill if we lose speed or if we maintain the speed. After that, we'll do the downhill test and see how it handles. All right, here we go, uphill test. All right, nice smooth acceleration. We're at about 23, 24. So it looks like we're gonna begin the climb at 26.4 miles per hour. Actually 27. All right, losing a little bit of speed down to 26.4, but maintaining. All right, down to 25.8. Just gonna let it glide here. So with the uphill test, we began the climb at about 27 miles per hour and then just lost a little bit of speed down to 26.4. So let's see how it does downhill. It had plenty of power going uphill and handled it with ease. All right, let's see the downhill. Let's see how it handles. All right, here we go. All right, we're up to 21. I'm just gonna let it glide into this turn here. Very smooth, there's no rattles, no vibrations. Steering is stable, very responsive. And again, as I mentioned earlier, you can unlock the speed, and I briefly went over that process. So we're up to 26, 27, 28, 29. Just gonna let it glide here. So we're going downhill. My thoughts on the bike. The assembly process was straightforward, and the user manual walks you through the process, and there are some assembly videos as well from the company. The paint is a matte finish, and there were no imperfections during the shipping process. I like that it comes with the lights, rack, and fenders, along with the multiple accessories you can choose from. The bike feels solid and well put together. It does become a bit heavy once you have the secondary battery and the rear rack along with the front rack installed. The saddle is wide and soft, was very comfortable, and I had no issues during longer rides. The handlebars are decent length, and the steering felt stable and tight. No rattles or vibrations. It handled the rough surfaces with no issues. The front suspensions along with the fat tires absorbed a lot of the bumps. The 750 watt motor, 1500 watt peak was strong. It was able to handle the inclines with minimal speed loss and maintained about 25 miles per hour. With pedal assist, I reached 27 miles per hour and 28 miles per hour with the twist throttle. This has an advertised max speed of 28 miles per hour and a range of up to 150 miles. This will depend on the throttle usage, the pedal assist level, weight, and environment that you're in. The hydraulic brakes had good stopping power and they grabbed on quick. The display is large and intuitive, easy to read, and it doesn't get washed out on bright sunny days. Overall, the bike handled well and it was fun to ride. With the rear cargo configuration, this can be very handy and has good utility. It can be used to do some grocery shopping or carry your belongings. Definitely a good alternative to using a car. So if you're looking for something with good range and utility, check out the Engwe L16 electric bike. If you like my video, go ahead and hit that like button, and if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button as well. Until next time, this is Brian Unboxed. Take care, everyone.